Hashtag no music, no intro. We are back. Saints Block Party Podcast. Um, I apologize a little bit off the top. It's been a crazy day. Um, my energy's low. I know this should probably be a pretty more exciting podcast episode. My energy's low. I apologize. My daughter had a semi-emergency appendix removal today, so we just literally just got back home. Like literally walked in like 5-10 minutes ago. So want to give a shout out to my rock star Jay, who was a super rock star today. Shout out to my daughter Sarah, who recently turned 15, had her first major surgery today. But she's in good spirits, and shout out to everyone who like reached out on social media, who texted me, DM'd me, asking about how she's doing, asking how asking how she was doing. I appreciate that. Much love. She is good. Last time I saw her, she is with her mom. We left the hospital. It was zooted as a kite. So she's doing all right.
That's good, man.
Yeah, yeah. Life is crazy, bro. Like
Crazy, brothers. Out of nowhere.
goes in goes into goes into urgent care for stomach ache. Panic got to come out. So got my coffee, iced coffee here. Appreciate you, Jay. Uh, these fucking Saints, bro.
What we just said, we was on
With Joe.
presentation with Joe
Yep.
in his
With Joe, bro.
class, Southeast Louisiana. Shout out to y'all if y'all watching. Um, and we talked about it, bro. Like covering the Saints. There is no off season. Always something
None.
to talk about.
None.
Always something. Always some shit, bro. It's
Always.
amazing, actually. It's just,
Oh my god. Well, I mean, listen, and for people who are like in our realm of what we do, um, we're not complaining. No, I want to be clear with that. Not complaining. It does get a little, I won't say contentious, but like, literally, like, when I was getting ready to come upstairs to record this, Jay was like, "Are you really recording tonight?"
trust me. Same here. Another emergency?
Shout out to our dude Brian, $20 super chat. He said, fuck Derek Carr, and far more importantly, glad your kiddo is good. Donuts on me. Appreciate you, brother. She wants a Shiranaki something from My Hero Academia. She got promised a Shiranaki something anime that she's addicted to. So she's yeah. Um, so what Jim said, it's a different feeling when your wife or kids that get sick. It is paralyzing. It's paralyzing. Because I was fine. I literally was fine. And then when we went up to the pre-op, and I was like, "Fuck!" Like my baby girl's about to have like a surgery, and it's like a super one of the most simplest surgeries
Don't matter.
that is it. But like
Don't matter.
bruh, and like it hit me. Like it hit me. But let's see. Derek, Derek Carr might miss the season, right?
The Derek Carr era is over like that? Just
That's
like
how
that.
it. That's how
That's
it
how it
is.
is.
In a whimper.
In the whipper. Pew, pew, pew. Oh,
Can't, bro.
it's amazing, bro. Like when I somebody had posted that tweet in the Discord, I was like, this gotta be fake. Let me go actually look on X, Twitter, and I'm like, what? What?
My source texted me. They said Carr is hurt. Like right before I found out, like maybe like almost, probably almost similarly simultaneously to when I found out that my daughter was getting surgery,
Oh,
and um, at that point, like it's always funny because my friend will text me news, maybe about 30 seconds before it actually breaks, and then I go and I was like, has it come out yet? And then like I think like it came out almost around the same time, and I just want to pull back the layers of this because I don't want this to be a super long podcast. I told Jay this was not going to be a super long podcast. But I want to peel back the layers about what this means, like what this means in totality about the Saints. Because the first interesting thing I was told, and there is going to be some things that I found out more as this goes on. The first interesting thing that I was told about this was that this information did not get told to the media by the Saints camp. So it's not coming from airline. So that immediately tells me that this information came from Derek Carr's camp. Okay. Now, I don't know. I don't remember who it was in our Discord. Oh, it was Mark. It was Mark in our Discord on Wednesday. Derek Carr on Instagram puts the stories. He's going to Venice. Derek Carr's blocked on all social media, so I don't have access to see anything he does. And in my head, and I even put it in our Discord, right? I'm like, well, it's Wednesday. Yeah, Saints report on the 14th on Monday. You going to Venice? That's a 6-day turnaround.
Right. I was like, you're gonna be there about at least 3-4 days.
At least. He was just landing in Venice on Wednesday, Ryan. Like it. Right. And you posted the Magic Johnson. I ain't gonna be there. Now the bigger subplot of this whole thing. Diana Rossini, Ian Rappaport, when they put the report out, they said the Saints knew about the injury. I was told there were some in the organization that knew about the injury. Some found out about it today.
Wow.
So, if that doesn't tell you how much dysfunction and lack of lockstep there is on airline, I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what will. I don't know what else will. Don't know what else will. And I'm not talking like lower level. I'm talking people that matter in the organization.
Something about all this stinks, bro.
Stink, bruh.
Like, nobody wants to say when. Like, first of all, what injury is this?
Shoulder injury, bruh.
I know, but I'm saying, like,
I know.
Against the Giants, he hurt his hand, and, he had a concussion. He had an oblique injury earlier in the year. Nothing about a shoulder. Nothing. No shoulder throughout the whole year. So was this an off-season injury, like a private workout? Or just on your own you got hurt? Was this something that had been lingering since, like, 2023 when he got injured versus Green Bay?
That's it's funny as you say that because that was like the first thing that came to my mind.
Mine too, and I'm like, it's so many just different layers. And when you said, you were told this didn't come out of the Saints, I immediately assumed that when I saw it. I'm like, this got to be coming from Carr's camp.
You knew it
but then it's like, okay, how does this benefit Carr? Well, one, we know you have to put it all together. What we've been talking about for months now.
There it
He
is.
does not want to be on the team. Doesn't want to be on the team. So when you add that to the equation, it starts to make sense. It's like he doesn't want to be on the team. 3 weeks before the draft comes out that he's injured and might not be able to play this season. Might not be able to play.
He's weighing his options.
Weighing his options. 3 days before the start of off-season activities. New head coach. Everybody come together. Let's lay down the foundation of a whole new era. And we talked about it like a couple of days ago. Like, be wary of any news coming out because let's keep our eye on if Carr is going to be there for the start of off-season activities.
It was on my radar, bro.
And now, boom, you got a reason for him not to be there. It's just so many layers to this, bro. I don't even know where to really begin.
It's fascinating because, I mean, there's also some, I don't know how much I can say, because I'll be careful how I say this, but I will say it's very fascinating how it is worded that he may like the timetable, like, is he going to miss the season, like the options are on the table,
So vague.
because if we know that he wanted to be traded as recent as like a couple of weeks ago, right? So if you, I mean, word this, if you want to be traded, then realistically, how can you want to be traded if you know that you have an injury that's gonna put you out for the season?
Don't make sense.
Unless I don't know, maybe the injury might not be as bad. I don't know, bro. Ryan, I don't know.
That's why you parse it, and you introduce, weighing options and all that type of stuff. Mm-hmm. Because then you could be like, oh, well, actually, it works just fine. Oh, you know what I'm saying? That's why.
Shit.
I'm good, actually. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even need the surgery. I ain't even need it.
Crazy. Rest and relaxation. I'm ready to go. Ate some food in Venice, and I'm straight.
And another layer to this is, okay, in order for him to get his guarantees, he would have had to take a physical back in March. Like, did he take a physical? Did they waive the physical? They restructured his contract. So that money is, unless that money is his, you know what I'm saying?
That money is his. Yeah, I was told that unless it was off the field,
right,
and they started an investigation, like there's no way they getting that money back. That money's his.
Oh my God, just the.
Can we
got a job, bro?
Bro, I was just about to say. That's what I was about to say, man. Can we just talk about the fucking terrible fucking job about Mickey Loomis? This is some of the worst ran NFL organization shit. Like, this is bottom of the barrel bad, Ryan.
Bottom of the barrel, bro. Bottom of the barrel. And the Saints quickly put out that deadline of, we known about this. Like,
liars. Let me try to word it. Because when they say the Saints knew about it, that's like half true. Shout out to Brandon Williams with the $5 super chat. That's half true. There are some people in the Saints office that knew about it, but there are some people in the Saints office, important people in the Saints office, that didn't know about it, and that should tell you everything you need to know. Everything as a fan that you need to know about who's talking to who and who's not talking to who on airline. And just like Ryan said, and just like we've been saying, this is a Mickey Loomis fucking problem. How does he still have a job? So you brought back a quarterback. That's one of the arguments because I got so tired of people just talking about who Carr was. Was he good? Was he bad? I just said, just look at the injury history. Just look at his injury history. Raiders. Last year with the Raiders, hurt. First season with the Saints, hurt. Last season with us, hurt. Oh, and potentially now he might have a shoulder injury that may put him out for the season. Like, let's take the football part out of it. He's a mid-30s quarterback that can't stay healthy. And you have the GM was like, nah, run that back.
Run it back, baby.
At $40 million. And then Derek Carr was like, I literally don't want anything to do with your team, your franchise, your city. Don't want anything to do with that at all anymore. And Mickey was like, no, it's okay. We don't care. We're still going to give you the $40 million. Partly because we still want you as the quarterback because we don't want to be like terrible for 2025, but also partly because we've been terrible with like running our cap space because we can't draft well. And then the players that we do sign or we extend, we make terrible fucking decisions regarding that. So we need to like pick up free agency. So we need to be active in free agency. And then after that happens, the quarterback still doesn't want to be here. And then potentially now he has an injury. Maybe this is a lie. Maybe he's an exaggeration. No, he may miss the season. Sounds like a fucking soap opera, bro. This is not real. It's not real, Ryan.
Make it make sense, man. Make it make sense. All this so y'all can sign Justin Reed.
Justin Reed, bro.
Now you got like 30 million in cap with nothing to do with it.
Mad Rummer said partly because Mickey is scared to lose his job. Absolutely. In his mind, he's like, I'd rather go into 2025 with Derek Carr as my starting quarterback because that gives me a better chance of winning. And in that vein, I have a better opportunity or chance of keeping my job than losing my job. Because if the team goes out and wins like 5 games again or 4 games again, my ass is out of here. But if we go out and we win 7
or 8
or 8 with the new head coach, okay, all right. Protecting their jobs.
It's really unbelievable, man. And we haven't even got to the draft yet. It's like it kind of also makes sense as far as like the Saints have been really thirsty for a quarterback. And we've talked about it.
Yep.
How much does that play into it? I don't know, but I'm sure it plays some way into it.
For those who knew about it.
For those that knew about it, exactly. It's like,
and to be fair, like I'm not going to say that the Derek Carr injury, like people in the organization knew they needed a quarterback of the future,
yeah, right?
Even
last year,
albeit maybe 26. Regardless, right? So like I don't want to sit here and just say like an injured Derek Carr with a hurt shoulder who may not play in 2025 is like the sole reason. I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to say that, but you can't sit here and just say like it doesn't play a factor into things.
Right. I also wonder, like, this being put out, I wonder if it's like one of them things where it gives Carr cover to where Saints do draft a quarterback first, second round, or whatever.
Protects his ego.
He gets to protect his ego, the embarrassment of the team is moving on from him, and it also gives the Saints out in a certain type of way.
Oh, we can reach now, and then it's not so heavily scrutinized.
Right. So it's a what is happening
bro.
here? What is happening here? But I've never seen. The funniest thing was just the reaction. I've never seen a team like the fans excited when the starting quarterback out for the season.
Yes! Yes! Fuck yeah! He's gone! Yes! Oh my god! Oh my god! Nigga, you would have thought we won a goddamn Super Bowl, bro.
It just goes to show, like, man, bro, there's such a thirst to turn the chapter, man. Like, let's move to another chapter. I don't see how you could bring Carr back in any kind of way, shape, or
He can't be in the building. He can't be in the building.
How?
And also on that note, can we get Jake Hayner out the building too, bro? Can we get him just get out? Get him out.
You do that Monday. Like Monday when he show up. Like, why are you here? Go ahead.
Get out, nigga. Get out. I did ask this. I did ask. I don't like asking my friend like super Saints draft related questions, but I know I've been bugging them because this is such a fascinating draft. But I did ask if this news like changed their perception of what they would do at 9, and like the answer I got was like really like not really. Which makes sense if you think about it from if you know the Saints well enough, like it makes sense, and that tells what that tells me is if they end up, as an example, but if they end up drafting Shador Sanders, that means to me that they came or would have come to that decision with or without the Derek Carr injury situation.
Right.
So it does it mean that the probability of Shador at 9 becomes higher? I don't. Maybe maybe by 5%, but I don't think there's like this huge like overwhelming sense that it changes the the plans.
Right. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. It's so fascinating. Uh, you know how they view it, how they view the whole thing, bro. Like, cause this throws a marketing wrench in the whole. Oh, we're gonna go compete for the NFC South this year. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I mean, not saying Derek Carr is like some winner, but
You can
you
you
know,
could you can present that easier when
you
Derek
could
Carr is starting.
exactly, exactly. Now, and look, I said, man. I mean, I know Underhill put out a tweet that like, hey Spencer, he ready to go. Been working out all off season. He's gonna be there Monday.
That's the
For the
player,
off
bro.
season activities,
That's the player that benefits the most from this.
bruh. Opportunity is there for you, bruh. Like, go and take it. Like, go and take it and put your best foot forward in front of Kelly Moore. You got to make a great first impression. Like,
Be,
go and do it, man.
Shout out to Chris or Rick O'Corey. I hope I pronounced that correctly. $10 super chat.
Thank you, Chris.
Because here's what it really breaks down to. Rattler is going. It's going to be so basically. This is what the quarterback competition is going to break down to. It may be Rattler and a first round quarterback, whether it be Shador, whether it be Dart, whether it be Milrow. It may be Rattler versus like a Tyler Shuck if they go that route. It could be it could be Rattler versus Quinn Ewers, which Tony Pauline maybe hinted at the last episode we did yesterday, as he heard that that's something that the Saints may be IDing in the third round. So whoever he's going against, and I'm not including Jake Kaner in this conversation at all.
No.
That's that's going to be the competition, right? And the Saints may bring in another veteran, whatever. But that's essentially going to be the competition going into training, going into these OTAs and going into rookie, these training camps. Is that and it's going to be fascinating to see how it plays out. It really is.
Yeah, man. And, we got to let this card thing play out, too.
Yes.
Like I said, I just don't see, regardless of what happened with his shoulder, or if it gets better or whatever, I don't see how he could.
Can't, bro.
I feel like this is it, bro. Like, this
That's
is
it,
over.
bro.
This is over. The marriage is over.
To me, this is
the
like
divorce
him.
papers aren't signed or nothing, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, like to me, like he already requested the divorce, but like to me, this is like him going because his team leaked this to the media. This is like him going to the court and filing the divorce.
right, right.
Like
Let
he been asking
know.
for it. He been asking for it, and he's like, "Oh, we can work it out. We'll work it out." He went to the courthouse and said, "I'm filing it," and then y'all got served.
Right. Went on Facebook, changed the relationship status.
Single, already in Venice. Already in Venice. Brandon Williams, $2 super chat. He said, "Olave happy, no more concussion balls."
I love it. It was just like, yeah.
Oh my god.
What's happening here, bro? What is
Brandon Reed said, "It's time to stop." Here's the interesting thing. Brandon Reed said, "It's time to stop with the mid-round quarterbacks." I don't know if you listened to the episode of Move the Sticks that DJ did with Bucky Brooks. I forgot what episode it was. I think it was maybe like how prospects were kind of being like a la carte when it comes to like the workouts. But not DJ. It was Bucky Brooks had brought up such an astute point that beside like you get past the Jalen Hurts, the Russell Wilsons, which was forever ago.
Yeah,
He
man.
didn't mention that like that like later round quarterback that just because the funny thing was the discussion was about Tyler Shuck, about like, oh, the Browns could just come back and get Tyler Shuck in the second round, and he was just like, when has that worked? Like,
Right.
when has it worked?
Like that hit. Like, you want to talk about a low hit rate? Like a lot of the ones we point to, like that's years ago. Like Jalen Hurts is like holding that. Like he's
That's it.
carried that.
But like you talking about like Russell Wilson, Andy Dalton, like how long ago were those?
2012, 2011.
And then don't even really like don't talk about Brock Purdy like that is a outlier. That's an outlier.
You'll never see that again in history ever.
So it was such an interesting point, and the only reason I'm bringing it up because there is this Tyler this Shuck buzz, you know,
Who's building?
whether it's I don't know, but if 40, who knows? But it's just really that thing of like, man, if you want a quarterback, you need to get them in the round one. But then this is the eternal struggle that the Saints are having. And you said it perfectly in the episode we recorded a couple of shows ago. They are having this struggle. They are having this debate with their draft grade. That's what's happening. Because I don't care what else is being put out there. There is legit like for Shadur Sanders in the building. And was told a couple of weeks ago that wouldn't be surprised if he was the pick. But I could easily see how that changes when you have someone who you don't think of as a first round quarterback. Like that can eat like that's not going to take much to be like, yeah. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's the whole. So anyway, all that long-winded thing to say is just I get the whole mid-round thing because we talk about like even you know the mid-round thing. I understand it because Spence, even with Rattler, he was taking round 5, but you could argue that his talent was you know more like round 2, round 3, whatever. But still, same thing. So I get where people just like, man, go get it in 1. Go get it in round 1. And if it doesn't work out, like, okay, like you telling me like y'all niggas ain't missed on first round picks before, like and fucking Peyton Turner is a Dallas Cowboy now. Right. Like I get it.
Yeah, man. Like so I completely understand it, man. And you know, but you know, this situation also raises the point is like no, you don't want to just like bank on where you're gonna pick next year. But man, like now it definitely raises the chances of them having a top 5 pick next year, bro. Like
it does.
The chances of it. You know what I'm saying? Like
that 2026, bro. Now that you know this, that shit is off the tape. That is off the table.
Unless the Titans.
There it is.
Ooh. I was like, I wonder if the Titans start thinking like,
ooh, them niggas gonna be bad, like bad.
You got to call them back up. Y'all saw that news?
y'all saw it, right? Y'all saw it, right?
Still out there. I'm just
not. So I would cut. I'd be like, not. You can't get 2027. Just not 2026. What say y'all? Anything else? Like I said, I don't want to go super long on this one. Anything else just regarding the Carr news or anything you want to just add? Just crazy.
Just crazy, man. I just want to see how it all plays out. What we hear more. It's funny through all of this, going all the way back to the Super Bowl and where's Carr and all the things, all the murmurs we've been hearing about him wanting to be out, want to be traded. We haven't heard a peep from Carr.
Not a
like
single one.
That's what says the most.
No, whoa, buddy! Someone sent him a banger. Excuse you, sir.
Look at this banger. Someone sent me. Who sent you that, bro? But that's it. Other than that, it's been like traveling and at Fresno, spring games, shit like that. I think he
Anywhere
did a
except
podcast.
Louisiana. Everywhere
Yeah,
except Louisiana, bro.
I think he did like a podcast with his brother or something that mentioned nothing
Oh,
about football or something like that. So that just says the most to me because like if somebody was putting out false news about you about Carr, he'd be quick to hop on a podcast with John Gruden or somebody and just to get that message out there. He's done that before where he's trying to get a message out and he will send it through the media or he'll just
yep,
tweet it out himself.
yep.
So the fact that his camp and his camp has been so silent on the issue says a lot. Says so much to me.
So much. Um, excuse me. Golden King said, I think you guys should definitely draft a quarterback, especially now with garbage acting up. It like the Saints are going to draft a quarterback. The
Yeah.
question just becomes where they
When?
draft a quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah, when,
Where to
where,
draft him.
where, yeah, when and where.
I don't know.
Doc 50, Doc 54. What the f is going on? There isn't anybody driving. I think that's a great
That's a great point, bro.
point.
That's how it feels. Like, what are we
Go.
doing? Like,
Hey, remember that David Shaw interview?
that canary in the coal mine right there.
Like someone in the front office wanted to interview David Shaw, and he was going to have an interview for a head coaching job, and then someone said no, and then it just goes away. Brandon Reed said, "I would rather draft Shador and just start building around him." Like in my head, that logically makes sense to me, and I feel like you could also logically say that about like Jackson Dart, and it would make sense to me. You could if you had balls, and I know Saints Twitter would fucking be on fire. You know what I'm about to say.
I know.
If they had balls, it would take Miro at 9. But I would take Milroy at 9, and I would not play him at all of like meaningful quarterback snaps all his rookie season. At all. Not a single one, bro. Like I just want you to just sit. Just sit. Spence and I would sign a veteran. Like Spence and whoever. Just duel it out.
And just let him and have him get like some red zone snaps and
Yep.
sprinkle them in here and there. I would love it, bro. I would love for them to show some lockstepness and conviction, whatever it is.
It would be nice. It would be so Saintsy. So Saintsy. Because I just know how this team operates. And dude, I believe I do. Mike in our Discord was like, "Do you think like this would make like the Saints go after like Aaron Rodgers?" And he said that, and I was like, "Man, I could see it. It would just because again,
Yeah, I think they're gonna try it.
What is Loomis trying to do? Save his job.
Save his job, man. I had already tweeted that. I was like, bro, can you imagine when Aaron Rodgers check out whatever play Kelly calls? Coach T's just over there, just like fuck that shit. I'm ready what I want. Well, that would be a contest. But please don't. I don't care. Honestly, I really don't care if they did it like personally.
It would. I wouldn't. I don't want that. I don't want that.
I don't want him. Like I don't want him down here, bro. Like
No, bro.
in New Orleans, Aaron Rodgers? No. That would go horribly.
Train wreck, bro.
Train wreck, man.
Anyway, thank God for joining. We have like 102 concurrent viewers on right now.
Love y'all.
We do. Was it 2 weeks? 2 weeks we find out. 2 weeks we have
Oh,
answers.
no. Answers. Can't wait. Jesus.
It's killing me. Hold on. Had a sneeze coming.
Okay.
Anthony Smith Jr. said, "Take Warren." Excuse me, y'all.
There it is.
Take Warren or a cornerback at 9. There's really not a cornerback I would take at 9 to have a starter, and then grab Dart or Milrow in the second. I just don't know. Like, there's this assumption that Dart and Milrow is going to be there in the second. We don't know that.
I don't know.
We have no idea. We don't know. And then also it's like, or like the why can't the inverse be true? Like why couldn't they draft a quarterback at 9 and then draft a cornerback or tight end in the second? Like why does it have to be? And I know what everyone was gonna say. Well, it's the draft grade. Okay.
All I know is, bro, like Ryan Clark, he tweeted out. He said, "Man, it feel like New Orleans got the #1 overall draft pick. Like everybody watching.
Bro, oh my God, doesn't it, bro?
It's crazy. All eyes on New Orleans right now, bro. That's just like what? The hoes is watching, bro.
Anthony Smith Jr. Milroe ain't worth the 9th pick. Says who? Like I've said on this podcast to our Patreons, patreon.com/Saints Block Party Podcast, before he had his second half of the season, the Saints were going to draft him in the first round. So the Saints felt that he was a first round pick and probably like a mid first round pick. So says who?
Like, I don't know what you value. You know?
And you put on his game against Wisconsin, and you get put on his game against Georgia. Like he has some of the best quarterback tape when he's on in the entire class, even on par, if not better, when he's on.
So good.
Like I was, even as a Milroe fan, going back and watching his tape, I was like, shit.
Yeah, man.
But anyway, see, this is why I don't talk about Jalen Milroe, because like as Jake said it, you say his name and it's like this is why I want the Saints to draft him at 9, because I want to see the reaction, bro.
Boy.
I want to see.
It's not even just from like LSU fans, it's from like Alabama fans too.
Oh, bro, I want the world to burn if they drafted a 9, bro. I'm gonna be like, because I have the vision of how it about how it could look.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
but Jake said just a dog whistle. It really is. Milroe. Anyway, we shall see how the Derek Carr thing plays out. Only this team. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We will be back. We're not doing the fucking James Pierce Jr. prospect of the week. Canceling that shit. Canceling. Don't know if we'll do a James Pierce prospect of the week episode. They like him. They might draft him at 9. There you go. Sorry. But we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We'll be back for sure on Monday with our dude Matt Harmon, Reception Perception, Yahoo Sports. We're doing that episode 3 p.m. Pacific time, which is 5 p.m. Central time. So y'all know where to be. Yeah, as always, Matt gonna bring it, and we have like this to talk about with Matt. It's gonna be fun. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. With that, we are out.
Peace.